So that Italy-England game.
Italy-England, yes.
First time Italy led before the break since 2013, was it? No.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I thought they were going to do it.
I thought they were going to do it. I was checking the scoreline and they actually got the game up on my phone. So I was sat here talking, doing my show. 1.5 Tories, 2 to 4 tomorrow. But, you know, I genuinely thought they could do it, and then it slowly slipped away from them. But then they got the bonus point at the end of the match. You know, they're sitting higher up in France and they're sitting up higher in France on the table.
Yeah, they were very, very, very impressed. I mean, Italy showed what they can do in attack. They were incredibly lively.
And I think they missed out on Capozzo.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think now he's coming back this week. I'm going to say it. Ireland have to be worried what that kid can do, because it might not be a win, but it's about mental stuff. If he can get under their skin, he can really mess with them. And, you know, last Six Nations, both Ireland and France were pushed to the brink with a slightly poorer Italian side.
Well, yeah, well, we can discuss that later. But on last week's game,
England were so good in the second half.
England, they really took control of the game, didn't they? I mean, you seen the kicking of Alex Mitchell from the boot. He had a fantastic game, by the way.
But his game management is really
Him and
come
Ford,
on.
you know, they strike strong.
They were. Yeah, I think, you know, post Ben Youngs, England needed a good scrum half. They, you know, tried to blood Rafi Quirk and a few of the other players, but Alex Mitchell seemed to fill that spot quite well.
He's been on fire for Saints. I mean, his performance at Tony Park in Limerick against Munster was fantastic.
So I think from now it's just building and making themselves more capable.
A good game from Ethan Roots on debut as well, from the Exeter blindside flanker. A couple of good games.
All around, I think it was just a solid performance.
Tommy Freeman as well on the wing, you know, he got in plenty of work. So there's a lot of good performances from you guys and the old guard, such as Atoje and Ford.
I would say, you know, we're seeing now Felix Jones has the double World Cup winner, only Irishman to win a World Cup.
Yes, I know you keep telling me this. This always comes up. Oh, what's an Irishman World Cup final? Spectator, old Felix Jones. Yeah, we get it. Change the record, all right.
You can tell Adam doesn't take it personally.
I don't take it. No.
Okay, so Felix Jones, I would say, and you know, he's a very, very select few as a coach of won a World Cup, 2 World Cups. You know, very rare. One of both for the Springboks. And you can see now he's now the head coach of defence for England. He used to originally be the scouting manager for the Springboks, which is, you know, but I think Jean Nienaber helped him get into the defensive style, and he always was that. And we're seeing that sort of Springbok sort of crushing defence, sort of, how do I put this, without, you know, just using my hands. And what teams do is they look to use the winger and possibly the scrum half or fly half to sort of run up and encircle and constrict
like
the opposition defence. Yeah, push them in, and it leads to 6-on-1s turning into 1-on-1s. You know, Faf de Klerk versus New Zealand in the final. We saw that was brilliantly executed. England are trying it at the moment, and we saw there were a few mistakes and it led to a try against Italy. But you know, I think if you consider the amount of tries that Rassi had in those first few games, again with, you know, the amount of tries he conceded in Washington and again in 2 tests against England, well, all 3 tests against England, all of them were, you know, high scoring games. But then the team got adapted to that defensive style and then pushed forward. So good signs for the future.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just with England, and I seen Johnny May speaking about this sort of on the Good, the Bad, and Rugby. Sorry, shameless plug for them. You're welcome, Alex Payne.
Oh, 50 quid for that.
Yeah, well, I want some work experience for that personally. I do love some Alex Payne.
We just need a producer. That's what we need.
Yeah, we do need a producer, just someone to hold the camera for us. But anyway, yeah. So moving forward to England. Good sort of solid win, you know, it wasn't spectacular by any means, but they controlled the game well and they got the job done. In terms of Italy, cause for optimism. I mean, it's the same old story, wasn't it? We saw lively parts to their game, you know, their attack was superb, functioning really well, but they didn't control the game in the right.
You know, new coach though, yeah. And I think we've seen Italian rugby build for the past decade, rebuild and push forward, and I think now we're going to see them go from this to actually winning games. know I said it before, but I genuinely believe this Italian side can start to win games against higher ranked opponents if they just, believe in their staff and push forward.
I mean, you've seen with Benetton and the URC, they're flying high. I mean, and that's the thing with Italy. It's all about progression. It's all about year to year, just getting closer to getting those victories. I mean, they're in a really tough position, but look how far they've come. And I think even though, it's sort of, if you're an Italian fan, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth because you're like, oh, again, we're close. We're so close. And
but then it's just that day.
It's that game nice, isn't it, from the other side?
But
Takes it away from them.
The day that it just clicks, we're going to see a flying team.